You've probably seen a lot of the ads on TV and on social media for Idea Week that is happening, but you may not know exactly what it is. You might have no idea. I'm joined now by Marty. Marty, tell me a little bit about this. This used to be run by Notre Dame, but that's kind of changed this year. Can you kind of fill me in on what Idea Week is and who is running it?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, great to be here. Idea Week was started in 2017 by the University of Notre Dame, and from its inception, it was meant to be a celebration of arts, culture, music, entrepreneurship. Um, when Notre Dame ran it, it was very, I would say, very high tech focused, a little bit more high tech focused, high growth potential startup focused. They have for years been trying to shift it to a more community focused event, which is why they approached us last year at the end of Idea Week and said, asked us if we would be willing to take it on. The South Bend Elkhart Regional Partnership and Startup South Bend Elkhart is a regional entity that promotes economic development. And we were a longtime partner of Notre Dame already. And so it made sense that we could take it over and drive it forward as more of a community-based event.
Tell me a little bit about the South Bend Elkhart Regional Partnership because, in some ways, your nonprofit organization has taken a back seat on a lot of community initiatives, but I know that you're more forward facing now. So, can you kind of explain before we get into Idea Week what it is that the regional partnership actually achieves on an annual basis?
Sure, sure. Yeah, I mean, we are an economic development agency that supports the region. And by the region, we're talking about Marshall County, Elkhart County, and St. Joe County. Also, Berrien and Cass counties in Michigan, technically, is our region of support, although we do the bulk of our work in Indiana. Um, yeah, I mean, we're a partnership, so we do rely a lot on what we can do to support other partners in the region that are doing work around economic development. That said, we have been running many of our own initiatives around talent attraction and retention, supporting entrepreneurship, supporting industry growth, which in some ways is more traditional economic development at a regional scale. So, like encouraging companies to move to the region, highlighting why this region is a great place to start a business or grow a business or expand a business. And then I think importantly, we also manage the ready dollars for the from the state of Indiana on behalf of the region. So we don't make the decision. We have an RDA that makes the decision, but we help process those dollars and get them out to the communities and to the projects that have been awarded.
And so with Idea Week, it did feel a little bit insulated on the campus, and now it's more in the community. So how can people get involved? I mean, as I mentioned, we've seen a lot of the ads on TV and things like that. So it seems like there's a lot going on for people to get involved with.
We're super proud of what we've built this year. It was a kind of a heavy lift taking it over, but we feel really good that we have kept the original intention of Idea Week alive. That meaning, a really innovative, forward-looking conference that mixes up more than just entrepreneurship, but also innovation and networking and play opportunities. In order to make it a little more community focused, we've really focused on bringing in more tangible workshop based things. So we broke the event into kind of 2 days. Wednesday, the 23rd, being very focused on walk away things. So a small business, a mid-sized business, an aspiring entrepreneur can pick a workshop. We have got 15 different workshops running and walk away the next day with ideas that they can implement in their business. Thursday, the 24th, doing more inspirational work. So we're bringing in some really interesting keynotes, some really interesting panels. Ashley Flowers, who founded the Crime Junkie podcast, Max Yoder is doing a great talk. He's originally from Goshen on entrepreneurship and mental health. And we've got panels, Scott Chacon from GitHub, the founder of Hollow, coming at Notre Dame. So we've got really interesting, in a lot of ways, hometown heroes, people who have built businesses. Maybe they started in the region here, maybe they're somewhere else today, but they really have started to build something here. Centennial companies, regional companies that have survived more than 100 years and talk to us about how they pivoted, how do they survive World War I, World War II, the Great Depression, so many things, and still thriving today in the region. Like, how did they do that? How did they have to pivot? How did leadership have to change? So really great inspirational stuff happening on Thursday.
And I do know as somebody who started a business 3 years ago, I mean, the challenges of feeling isolated and, that lack of kind of people to bounce off when you're starting things up before they turn into something else. And then when you do have the opportunity to meet with other people that are going through the same things or have overcome the challenges or can share that network with you and share the people that have helped them, we are stronger. As cheesy as it sounds, we are stronger when we do work together and connect together instead of
Ab-
working against each other, you know?
Absolutely. Yeah, we also truly believe that. We truly believe that. And that's why when Max Yoder talks at lunchtime on Thursday, he talks about he was having his first child at the same time he was trying to sell this company and like the burden that took on his family and the way that his friends and family were able to like support him through that time.
Hmm.
But that's also why we've layered on tons of networking opportunities at Idea Week. We've got 3 different happy hours happening. We've got an OK Go concert coming Wednesday night to the Morris. We've got Rise Fest happening at the same time with an Irish rock band coming to that, a comedian coming to Stockholm East. We really want people to get to know one another, meet one another. We hope that people are meeting their next business partner, or the next person who's going to invest in their business, or
Hmm.
that's what we want to see, and that they're not alone in their journey, just like you're saying, Dave.
And no matter how much you tell people, like people do business with people that they like, that they can connect with. And so it's so important that you have these casual opportunities for people to get to know you. And of course, they need to get to know your business, but they want to get to know you first. And this is such a great informal way to do that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Informal, free for the most part, except for a couple of the concerts. And yeah, I mean, we live in a world. I mean, some of the sessions are about AI, right, and how you can use AI in your business. But at the end of the day, it is still going to be these people to people connections that move your business forward.
Absolutely. Look, there's so much going on. Not everybody who wants to take part is an entrepreneur. I know there's a lot of opportunities for people who just care about their community. So, where is all this housed? Where can people find out? Because there is a lot going on. So, obviously, a lot of our viewers will want to pick and choose what they can go to if
Yeah,
possible. So where can they get all that information?
yeah, yeah. Ideaweek.com is the best place to get it. So that's just like it's spelled. You can go there, you can register. We are using a event management software called Huva. So there's an app you can download after you register, and you can add different sessions to your agenda. It is designed, as you know, to be a la carte. So you can choose to go to a couple of workshops on Wednesday and then one of the keynotes on Thursday. Really fit your schedule.
Mhm.
Look through there. We've been joking around like a great day to call in sick and just take the day off and go to some of these sessions, do the networking. But really, you can pick and choose. It makes it challenging to organize, but we're trying to make it as flexible as we can. And like
Hey,
I said earlier,
honestly,
it's also free, other than a couple of things which are really well priced, like the OK
yeah.
Go concert, which is very good price tickets, and a comedian coming on Friday night. The rest of it is free. So great chance to just network and plug yourself in.
Well, that's the thing, when you look at events that are held across the country that are of similar caliber or less, people pay thousands of dollars to attend these to get the knowledge. So the fact that it's here in our community, and obviously Notre Dame starting it, they had the, capacity to be able to start it. And I'm sure they're still big supporters of it, even though you've
They
taken
are.
it over. And obviously, having it still local carries a lot of weight with it. But to have it here, I mean, I really hope people do go along to it and actually take all the benefit and learning from it that would otherwise cost you thousands and even hotel rooms just if you had to travel somewhere for something like this. So,
Right, right, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I completely agree. I've done a bunch of research. I cannot find a similar size region that's putting on an event like this, and certainly not for free. So I think we should be really proud of ourselves and really like this is a huge benefit for the region. If it wasn't here, would we notice it? I'm not, it's like you don't notice the tree that was never planted, but this is a very distinct quality of life opportunity for all of us.
well, you may not notice it, but you'll notice it when these entrepreneurs are able to get the support they need to grow their businesses. That turns into local jobs. When these local
100%.
businesses thrive, that turns into local sponsorship for nonprofits and turns into local sponsorship for sports, Little League, and things like that. So people may not see it immediately, but the more we can help local businesses thrive, the more the entire community thrives too. So.
Absolutely. And that is what we believe. And that is why we put so much passion into making this happen.
Yeah, I think we need to talk more after this because I feel like I could go on and on about all this stuff because I'm just
Yeah,
such
I love the passion you're bringing to this as well, Dave. This is great because I mean, it really does make a difference. These small things add up, and when you're building community, you don't know when you're going to need it. You don't know when that person you're going to meet at ID Week is going to impact your business,
Mhm.
but there's a good chance they will, and there's a good chance that like that's going to make a big difference in whether you're successful or not.
Absolutely. And look, my business works with all nonprofit organizations. And so that's why I'm so passionate about for-profit businesses doing well, because when they do well, the impact that it has on the community is
Right,
unbelievable. And so
right.
it's a whole ecosystem. The whole thing works together. So I love it. And I love people doing their own thing because sure, go work for somebody else if you want to, but when you have the idea, America is such a great country for allowing you and giving you the opportunity that when you have the idea, you can make something huge out of it. And it really is the land of opportunity. And I'll say that as somebody who didn't grow up here. That is true still to this day. Whatever we say about the other phrases, but it is the land of opportunity. So
Yeah, I love hearing that.
now you have an
Uh,
opportunity, so go along to Idea Week.
yeah. This is a great opportunity. Really, like I said, you can pick and choose too. So like find out what works best for you. If there's a specific session, we tried really hard to thread the needle between respecting the original mission coming out of Notre Dame, which was a little more high tech focused,
Yeah.
but then also providing workshop opportunities for smaller businesses and mid-sized businesses or businesses that just want to pivot and learn something new. So that's why we have 15 different workshops because we're trying to respect the whole spectrum of entrepreneurship that's present in our community.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for all the work you're putting in. I'm sure once Idea Week is over, you'll probably need about a 3-week vacation, which you won't get. Um,
Yeah,
but but thank you for all the work you've put into it, and I think it's a great thing for the community to have. So I hope everybody supports it.
yeah. Thank you, Dave. We do too. We're very excited.